a teacher in Loudoun County, Virginia public schools. That is until Tuesday. On Tuesday, she quit her job in front of the school board. Why did she do that? Well, she explained. Here's part of it.
I was told in one of my so-called equity trainings that white, Christian, able-bodied females currently have the power in our schools, and that, quote, this has to change. Clearly, you've made your point. You no longer value me or many other teachers you've employed in this county. So since my contract outlines the power that you have over my employment in Loudoun County Public Schools, I thought it necessary to resign in front of you. School board, I quit. I quit your policies, I quit your trainings, and I quit being a cog in a machine that tells me to push highly politicized agendas on our most vulnerable constituents, the children. I will find employment elsewhere. I encourage all parents and staff in this county to flood the private schools.
Laura Morris is the teacher you just saw. She joins us tonight. Laura, thanks so much for coming on. There's something really moving about the end of that video. I'm taking from your emotion that you didn't want to quit. Why did you quit?
Well, first of all, Tucker, thank you so much for inviting me on your show. I can't tell you what an honor this is. And to answer your question, yes, it was very emotional, and it was a very hard decision to come to. It was not taken lightly. Some people have asked why I chose to do it in that manner, and the truth is, I just knew all that I was leaving behind. The sacrifice in that decision was great for me. The biggest of the sacrifice being my students that I wasn't going to see anymore, the staff that I work with that I wasn't going to see every day anymore. So I wanted them to see why I was leaving, and it must be my naivete. I didn't imagine that other people would see it. I mean, I guess I knew that that would happen, but I wasn't thinking beyond that night. So what has happened out of this as a result, just the outreach has been unlike I would ever imagine. It's been a life-changing experience, and I'm just honored and I'm humbled by it all.
Well, there's so few brave people right now that when you see one, it really sticks with you, and you are one. What effect do you think all of this is having on the kids in school?
You know, you mentioned brave, and that just, it doesn't feel like it can describe me, because this was all done by the grace of God, the protection I've had, the provision I've had since doing what I did, just the courage to get up and do it comes from just my walk with the Lord. And as far as the impact on the students, I've received so many texts, so many emails from families of students that I've taught in the past, and they are just so happy for me that I made the decision that I did, because they know that it was what was right for me, and they're so with me. There's so much support. They're all just letting me know, we have your back, we loved you, my students loved you, and it's just been wonderful.
Teaching kids that some races are better than others is so immoral that I just wonder, will more teachers quit before they teach that? You know,
one of the emails I received from someone from another state, it put it beautifully. I couldn't have said it better myself. Philip from Connecticut sent me an email and said, it's been said that one candle can illuminate 1,000 others without diminishing its own illumination. And he said, you are that candle. And I was so moved by those words, because I never would have thought of myself in that position, but I don't feel at all diminished by what's happened. In fact, I feel the amazing blessings of God just pouring down on me from what has happened, and I'm so excited that what I did and said might spark others, might illuminate in others the desire to put some action to their words. There's a lot of words going on right now in counties. People are upset on both sides. There's a lot of opinions flying around, and I'm just noticing more and more that doesn't seem to be changing things. But when people do something bold, when people put action to their words, actions speak louder than words, and that seems to be captivating people. So I'm excited to see what other actions people might be taking.
Yes, I hope others will conclude that they cannot participate in this, because it's just too wrong. Laura Morris, I appreciate your coming on tonight.
Their job is to teach our kids math, science, biology, literature, and that's it. Not ideology. Now you want to push garbage crap like pronouns? How the hell does that keep a kid from succeeding? How does that help them? Does that teach them how to add? You want to push that garbage down my kid's throat? I will make you call my kids king and queen. That's how we'll address my sons and my daughter. and you look at me, you call me master. You want that pronoun to be in your mouth when you look at me?
Where are the school board's boundaries? Where does the absurdity and overreach of radical government stop? Absurd shutdowns, an absurdly protracted period of distance learning that defied logic and data, and an absurdly radical transgender policy that violates our children's privacy and safety. Why has public school become so mired in extremist politics and a permissive culture that seems to celebrate the latest popular fads like gender